Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. Kevin here, minus Joe, for on Watch This with Joe and Kevin to watch the third episode of For All Mankind. The other two episodes I watched, it was in the middle of the night because I was having trouble sleeping. This one is broad daylight. Joe left not terribly long ago after we recorded 5 shows today. Um, because I really loved the show and wanted to get back into it and was not patient enough for my next sleepless night. So I'm here back to watch this one. I love the fact that this is a show that I can't predict, despite the fact it's historical, because it is a complete revisionist history, rewriting of history, which I love when it's done well. It's really exciting to see and a lot of fun, and you can really mine a lot of new thematic territory, including a look back at what the actual history was, right, as in juxtaposition to what they're showing, for sure, right. My first experience with this, as I was thinking about it when I was setting this up, was Quentin Tarantino's *Inglourious Basterds*, which I'm sure many of you have seen. Um, I won't spoil anything, just in case you're watching this and haven't watched *Inglourious Basterds*. But I remember watching that and thinking, "Wow, they completely change history for the sake of this film." And then my next thought was, "Why not? It's fiction. Do whatever you want, as long as you're telling a good story." And again, I don't want to spoil any of that, but I do think that there's a real solid opportunity when you do that to say, this is the path we could have gone, and it makes you think about instead the path that we did go, in a completely different light, which I think is really, really smart storytelling. Again, I can't predict what's going to happen here, although the hint we got dropped at the end of the last episode was we're probably going to introduce women earlier into NASA than we did in our reality. Our reality was Sally Ride in the early '80s. I think she joined NASA in the '70s, but didn't actually fly the space shuttle until the early '80s, '82, '83, somewhere around in there. Um, so we get to introduce them earlier here, which again, like I said, kind of makes us think about why didn't they? And I was thinking about that earlier. Is like, is it because there was a lot of sexism at NASA? And there may have been. I wasn't around, but I think the bigger issue with it, for at least in the United States, was it because of how stressful and difficult the job was expected to be, and it clearly is, of being an astronaut, that the United States wanted to use military combat pilots because of their experience with dealing with that kind of stress, right? Test pilots or combat pilots, which were exclusively men. So through Mercury, Gemini, Apollo, that's what they did. And it wasn't until we got to the space shuttle that we made those changes. So I guess if there's going to be a criticism of misogyny here, it seems to be more that the American military was sexist at the time and not necessarily NASA. NASA was just taking what they could get from the military. So I'll give NASA a bit of a free pass on that and just say to the United States Navy and Air Force and Army, what were you doing, man? I'm sure there were ladies that were great pilots at the time. All right. We are going to go ahead and jump in here. I am putting this up on YouTube, although I'm struggling with copyright on it. I'm on a third edit of episode 1 right now. So if you're seeing this on YouTube, full reactions are on Patreon.
Sorry.
That was my fault.
Oh,
Hey,
this is where Gordon and Tracy
Weren't
meet.
you,
the tumbler in.
That is Tracy, right? The hair's throwing me off. It may not be her, or is this a different girl? No, it's 61.
I came here by myself. I've always wanted to learn how to fly. Say, you wouldn't happen to know any instructors, would you? Someone that could give a girl her first lesson?
This is quite a meet cute. I guess I've met at the bar. Oh my god, this is so dangerous. You're stalling out.
Is this what's called a stall?
Yes, Gordo, you have been played.
Well, did I do it right, Mr. Navy Pilot Man?
Oh, is Tracy going to become an astronaut because she's a pilot? That'd be really cool. I really like the opening music here. I don't know who did it, but
This latest Soviet success has cast doubt on NASA's priorities as the rest of the world celebrates the incredible moment in the history of womankind.
oh, womankind. I don't know why that word rubs me the wrong way, but it does.
Current thinking is to take what would have been Skylab and strip it down. Permanently manned moon base, moon lab.
And how many military personnel
my
can we
God.
fit inside that thing?
It's Skylab. It's 3, mate. 3 or 4. Yeah.
What exactly are the Pentagon's plans in that regard?
They're not going to tell you that. Yeah.
The president feels it's of national importance that America equals the Soviets in its great achievement of landing a woman on the moon.
Yeah, I figured this was coming. Yeah.
Anybody tell the president that we don't have any female astronauts?
Just find a nice enough looking lady pilot, put her in a spacesuit.
Nobody
Oh my God.
gets into a spacecraft in this program that I haven't certified.
I mean, they really just basically said, find a model and put her on the moon, which is ridiculous. There aren't extra seats in Apollo flights.
Molly Cobb set aviation records for long-distance solo flight.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a bit rough around the edges.
Yep. Tracy's going to be in the
Who
program.
lose his mind?
Be serious, Shorty.
Who in this group is the all-American girl?
All of them?
If the president wants Tracy Stevens, then Tracy Stevens he will have.
The politics that are involved in all this would be really frustrating if you're just trying to do a good job.
You're gonna be an astronaut, candidate.
So he's going back with Ed then on 15.
No. I'm gonna be an astronaut.
Mrs. Stevens was a pilot herself when she met her future husband.
Ed, they are making a mockery of what you do.
Wow.
I don't
mean-
think that's the case.
You have trained and you've worked. Got to be kidding me.
I'm sorry.
You're done eating.
Sorry.
I don't think it's Karen's place to say Tracy's not qualified. He's a pilot. Are they only going to take one, or are they going to take more of them?
Love in the skies.
I love the spirit of competition already. It's kind of like Top Gun.
It's like we're the only two Mercuries still kicking tires.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's good to know you'll be right behind me, just like the old days.
I'll post results periodically. If your name's not on the list, you're cut.
Yeah, it's overwhelming.
$50 is this whole thing doesn't make it past month 2. You ever flown a jet before? A couple times.
Oh, because a lot of them are just going to be pilots of like propeller planes, and they're actually jet pilots. Yeah, makes sense.
You're not married? No, but you're so pretty.
She is. They're all pretty. Yeah.
You ready to crash? I mean, land this time.
Oh my God.
Copy that. Yes, sir.
This is nerve-wracking. Good landing.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry I'm late.
Fine.
Oh,
Boys already
tension
had
for
their
sure.
dinner.
These two are going to have it out at some point.
It's not easy.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy, Tracy.
And here it is. I just don't think it's Karen's position to be like, this is supposed to be a hard job. Like if people aren't telling her that at NASA.
Cart. Huh? I understand the reentry equations.
I hope so.
5th. Damn it.
Ted Lasso. She was Jack on Ted Lasso. So she British?
They just waltzed into this program like we weren't trying to get this done 10 years ago.
That's not their fault.
Flying just didn't seem like an option as a career.
Only one of us is going to be chosen.
Are they really only going to take one? What if they all pass, though? Well, not all, but what if 4 or 5 of them are able to successfully complete the program? They're just going to send 4 home and say, sorry, we only needed 1 woman?
Fail the guidance computer, have them come in manually.
That's just mean. You know they're not ready for that.
We don't have time to wait for them to be ready.
Yeah, Margot coming in hot.
Pulling lift vector up. Too late, we're gonna burn up. You're tired? Your job is not to be tired.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying.
Why are
This is
you
abusive.
still here?
They are greasing her through.
I should have been bounced weeks ago.
I am a laughingstock, and you are fine with your wife being humiliated like this. Get out!
Oh, I'm going, all right.
When your wife says, I feel like a loser, you can't just scream in her face that she's a loser.
How sure are you that those bright spots are really ice?
I'm not. I can't be. The really exciting thing, sir, we can electrically separate H2O
Yeah,
into hydrogen and
can make
oxygen
fuel,
and liquefy them to produce.
We can use it to make rocket fuel.
Yeah.
On our way to the rest of the solar system.
So Mars is going to be a thing we head towards if this works out.
You can tell him his women are about to do desert survival training. If they can't survive the desert, they can't survive the moon.
It's brutal, but it's probably true. This show does not paint Richard Nixon in a good light at all. And I'm not saying he deserves to be either.
Your goal is to make it to a checkpoint due east of your location in less than 14 hours.
I mean, 20 miles in 14 hours doesn't sound bad, but given the conditions, yeah, that's rough. I just feel like it'd be so easy to get injured doing this, too. And you're just out of the program because you've rolled an ankle?
Congratulations, Cobb. Your time is 10 hours, 12 minutes.
Made it with 4 hours to spare.
I guess being number one will have to do.
Didn't say you were number one.
What?
Someone beat her?
Hey, Cobb.
Because I was wondering when you'd get around to beating me at something.
I really appreciate the competitive nature. It should be there in this kind of high-stress test. Was it D.B. Cooper? I'm just kidding.
We're not using the walkie-talkie to abort.
We are going to get that boot laced up as tight as your ankle can stand, all right?
Maybe they are going to be friends.
My dad convinced me to come home and work for the family business.
Cavalier Airlines. The only way to fly is the Cavalier. So you're,
loaded.
That's the role she played on Ted Lasso, too.
Your allotted time has elapsed, and the evaluation is complete. You are ordered to check in immediately. Please respond. Over.
Don't have to
You can't-
shout, Zeke.
You know, good for Tracy. She's definitely not a quitter.
She wouldn't call abort, and I wasn't gonna leave her behind.
When I grow up, I want to go into space. We hope to see you up in space real soon.
Okay, this is getting me.
Dear Miss Waverly. Dear Danielle. My favorite subject in school is science.
You just don't have the skill set, Tracy.
He needs her to quit. He can't fire her because of Nixon.
Well, I'm not gonna drop out, Deke. If you want me out, you're gonna have to cut me yourself.
Neil Armstrong almost bought the farm a couple of years ago. If he'd ejected
he
2 seconds later, he would not have made it home.
If they're doing this at this point, they've got to be getting pretty close to the end. This looks nuts to me. Oh no! Oh.
Tracy! Tracy!
Oh no!
Patty. It was Patty.
Oh, it wasn't even her. I assume she died and didn't eject. That's kind of what it sounded like. Oh, I think it's a really cool choice. One, because you do want to show at some point, right, on the show what the rigorous nature of the training that the astronauts have to go through. And I think it's really great that they did it through the eyes of the women and the women doing it rather than what you would expect on a show like this and it to be the men. But you had these women that came in very late with the same kind of jet training and stuff that a lot of the men had in their military careers and really kind of had to start, I feel like, probably from a farther back in terms of experience position to get up to speed completely with where the men are. And it looks like 4 of them are still around. I don't know who or how, except maybe Tracy, how you lose any of the others, right? Because I don't know everybody's names. Molly is obviously still there, and she seems to be the front runner. Tracy, Danny, the black candidate, and I don't remember the other girl's name. The one who rolled her ankle is still there, and that's it at this point. If Patty's actually gone, which it looks like she is. So you're down to 4, but it seems to be 4 really qualified people, and I'm not sure what elimination steps there are still left. I mean, I feel like the lander simulator there is probably about as tough as it gets as far as a washout exercise. So I don't know. Do are they automatically in Apollo now? Like, are they moon qualified now? Like, obviously, most, if not all, of the Apollo astronauts who actually went to the moon participated in Mercury and Gemini, or Mercury or Gemini. And so they had experience as astronauts before going to the moon. I'm not sure if that's what they're going to do with whoever they keep out of this. Call me a sucker, and I know it's fiction. I really hope that the 4 ladies who remain are all 4 in, and that there's not like, oh, now we're down to the 1, because I really do feel like if it goes down to the 1, it's got to be Molly. Then maybe she, the explanation that she's rough around the edges and not what Nixon wants. I hope that doesn't mean that Tracy gets in ahead of her, because she's pretty or prettier, because I don't think there's anything wrong with Molly. I think she's a lovely woman as well. But she's obviously not the same kind of, debutante-ish person that Tracy is. I don't know, I guess we'll see. But this was a really cool episode to kind of step back from the actual space race and focus on the rigors of the training. I liked it a lot, and I really absolutely did get choked up when they were showing the letters that girls were writing from around the world to the astronaut candidates. The notion that while it's a small story focused on these ladies, that they're also inspirational to people around the world, to girls around the world. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And the music got me all choked up there too. I think that I could have said it with the opening song, that the music written, the score for the show is also utterly fantastic. And I really curious to see where they go with this. And I expect there's one thing moving forward is some level of conflict between the science mission of NASA and what is clearly becoming a military mission, for the military and for the president and the administration. We've got to get a moon base, and it's got to be a militarized moon base, right? It can't be a research moon base. I think in the world of the show, they should sign a moon treaty similar to the Antarctic Treaty, where everyone says this place is for science and research. No one's claiming it. No one's militarizing it. Let's just use it for the betterment of man. God forbid we try that sometimes, without it all just being about conquest and conflict. But we'll see. It'd be kind of interesting if the moon becomes a staging ground for the continued Cold War moving forward. I'm kind of curious to see. I'm expecting it to, but you never know. The supposed discovery of water on the moon, and if that means that the moon base becomes sort of a launching station for a Mars mission down the road in seasons 2, 3, or 4. I think season 4. The reason I even decided to go and start watching the shows, I believe I heard that season 4 is on TV now, or about to be on TV, on Apple TV. Old I sound. No, this is a great journey. I'm going to keep going with it, and I hope you go along with me. Thanks so much, guys.